And welcome to another video tutorial from tradingfootball.eu. This time, however, we're going to be concentrating not on trading football, but a new addition to our service, which is trading the horses. Now, trading horses can be done in a variety of different ways. Scalping is one, for example. Taking advantage of market moves during the day is another. Our particular technique is fairly simple. We want to back a horse pre-off and then lay that same horse in running at a lower price, and we tend to take a price of half of our starting price odds. What horses do we select? Well, we tend to look obviously at time form to give us some indication of the horse's chances. We also, most importantly, look at Betfair in-running data, and you can see highlighted here in yellow this particular horse here, where he's started at 13.31 and traded as low as 3.3 in running. So it's these are the kind of horses we want to look at. And this video is basically an afternoon's trading on a Monday, where we're covering a lot of different tracks, and let's see how we get on. Our first race is from Ludlow, and I won't actually highlight or describe exactly what all these races are. This is a claiming hurdle. So what we've done, this particular race, we've actually Dutched the first three horses in the market, which is sort of another technique that we can use as well when we're trading the horses. So Dutching means we're backing the first three horses in the market, and we obviously hope to that one of those horses will win, because our liability, as you can see here, is £20 on the other four remaining horses. We've put in a lay bet here on the second favourite, Pillar of Hercules. We didn't get matched on our back bet just before the off, but in fact we placed a keep bet, and that made sure that our back bet was actually placed here. The staking on this particular race, on this particular Dutch technique, we actually weighted it towards Pillar of Hercules, which was not exactly the best move. However, it looks like we're not going to lose, as our third selection, Platinum, went on to win, and we gained ourselves a profit of £1.90 on this particular race. Why did we decide to weight the money towards Pillar of Hercules? Well, because we looked at time form and we felt that out of the three particular selections, this one would be our best option. Still, we didn't lose, so there we go. That's our first race and our first addition to our Betfair account of £1.90. On to the second race, a very simple back to lay, which is what we call our technique. So we backed Valley Lad for £10, and we place our lay bet at odds lower than our back price of 4.9. Now, to take exactly half the odds, we would have basically selected 2.5. We weren't 100% confident of this horse's chances, so we put in a lay bet of threes in running, and we hoped to get matched, which we didn't. Okay, so our second race, we recorded a loss there of £10 because we didn't get matched. A slightly different technique here on our third race, where we laid the first two in the market, the two heavy favourites, at 1.5 and 1.6. Basically, this means that we felt that these two horses perhaps would sort of slug it out at the end, and we could gain a match bet on both of the lays towards the business end of the race. As it happened, the second favourite, Escort Man, fell at the first fence, so that unfortunately paid paid put to that particular idea. So our third race, we recorded a loss of £5. On to the fourth race, again back to a straightforward back to lay. Our choice here, Rebecca's Choice, was the selection. We backed at 13.5. I actually put a rather wild bet on Finnegan's Rainbow, one of the rank outsiders, at 190 to 1, simply because I had a nice touch on that the previous week. But our main selection, Rebecca's Choice, we put in a lay bet in running at 8.6. And there you see the keep button that we've kept. You can place your lay bet at the same time as you place your back bet, and you can do this by using the keep function on the Betfair platform. Just simply click the radio button, so your bet is actually kept in running, and it's not cancelled after the suspended sign goes up. So it's quite a useful feature, that. Okay, in running again, sometimes we obviously do watch the races, sometimes we don't. It looked from the commentary that Owen Glendower was our main danger. However, Maldon's Picnic, also the second favourite, seemed to be going well, so we put in an additional lay of the favourite Owen Glendower at 1.6. We're still waiting for our main selection, Rebecca's Choice, to be laid here. The horse was going quite well. We felt reasonably confident, and of course what you have to be aware of is that you need to, excuse the pun, change horses in the middle of the stream. So if it looks like our selection isn't going to sort of get that lay price matched, we then will have to adjust. As it happened, towards the end of the race, the second favourite fell. The market sort of panics to a certain extent, and nice for us, our selection was in fact matched, so we ended up with a £4 profit on that particular race. And on to the next, a fairly confident selection on this particular novice hurdle. Our selection was called Mountainous, which duly brought us in our back to lay at 7.8. That was matched very, very early on in the race. It was going very, very well. So we're into profit at least over the first 5 races. Our next selection, again, a back to lay. We put in a bet also, in fact, on the first 2 favourites. So in fact we Dutched the first 3. In fact, our main selection there, also produced a winner of £5.60. So on we go. Again, another back to lay. We backed Marshal Zukov at 6.8. We put in a lay bet slightly higher than half the odds at 4.3. That duly returned a winner. It gave us a £4 profit there. The next race was a handicap chase where we felt the favourite looked a good thing, certainly for a back to lay again. So we backed this for £11. We'd also backed the second favourite too, and in fact our initial back bet on the favourite Frontier Spirit wasn't taken, so we decided to back this in running at a higher price at 3.15. But that again wasn't matched, so we've just left with our one bet, which is the second favourite. We're still trying to get matched on our back bet at 3.15 on the favourite. Doesn't look like we're going to get that. So we're not actually laying any of these two horses here, but I really wanted to get this Frontier Spirit, this favourite, matched at 3.15. However, it as I seem to remember, we didn't actually get matched on this particular horse. So we're just left with the second favourite here, where we have a potential profit of £26 and a liability of £10 on the other three. Not feeling too confident at this particular point in time, so we want to try and get out of this particular trade if we can, by reducing our liability on the second favourite there, Good Order, which we did. So that's basically, that left us with a free bet of £7.80 on that particular selection and 0 on the rest. Our problem was that we just didn't get matched on the favourite, the Frontier Spirit horse. So we're coming to the business end of the race now, and we're going to Dutch both of those horses at 1.6. We want to try and get matched on both of those. Because the race now is just simply between these two. Okay, our Frontier Spirit lay at 1.6 has been matched. Now we desperately want Good Order to be matched at 1.62. Is it going to do it? Doesn't look like it. Frontier Spirit looks to be heading for victory, and unfortunately our main weight of money on the second favourite, which you want to get laid, doesn't look like that's going to happen. But we haven't lost, that's the main thing. And in fact we've ended this race, Frontier Spirit won, and we realised a profit of £1.76. As you can see there, that lay on Good Order not matched at 1.6 for £4. That would have increased our touch here. I do the second favourite, sort of trying to get back into it, so it's a bit nip and tuck in this particular race. Always a good idea to actually lay the two market leaders at any price under 2.0. Okay, didn't quite get matched. It's a shame, but it's another winner. So there you can see our running total. On to another handicap chase, where again we decided to Dutch back the first two in the market, Wessex King and Wester Ross. We've immediately laid Wessex King. And unfortunately that horse fell just before our lay bet was matched. That was rather a shame. So we're just left with the second favourite, who in fact went on to win this quite easily. And we picked up a £3 profit on that particular horse there. Quite an interesting race this. We've got a 5-horse runner, 5-horse field, and this was a particular idea of one of our senior members here, our trading professional called Robbo, who certainly knows his way around the track, and it was a particular technique that he uses. It's a little bit too complicated to explain in full in this video. But basically we're laying the field. In fact, we're laying the first 4 rather than the outsider, and we're laying it at sort of incremental price decreases. So we can just follow the video here. We're laying at was it 3.2 was our first lay on all of them. Then we're laying at 2.6. Then we're laying at 1.9, and we're using level stakes on all of these particular lay bets. So there we can see we've got 3 lay bets already: 3.3, 2.6, 1.9. Our 4th lay is going to be at 1.5, and this will be for £10 on each of those. And you can see to the left of the screen there that while we're putting all these lay bets in, you can see the what if figure if all of these lay bets are successful. You'd only need 2 really to make a profit on this, so it's a very good technique. You can't do it in all the races, but certainly where you've got a field like this, where you've got the first 4 in the market are pretty even in the odds, so it's a good technique to use. This is our 5th and final lay at 1.07. And this is bonanza time if any one of these happens to get matched and your horse actually loses. We'll let the video roll on here and then sort of capture the whole race, so we can see as we move on which of our lay bets are actually getting matched. Some of them already there, you can see 3.3 have been matched, so we're now waiting now on the 2.6 and the 1.9 lay bets to see if they get matched in running. It's a great technique, this, and it's really it's quite an adrenaline buzz to sort of, as the race unfolds, to see your lay bets getting matched, and as the market moves sort of quite frantically between all of these 4 fancied runners. I mean, obviously this video will show you, hopefully, sort of some of the techniques we use and the reasoning behind what we do, but it is no substitute, of course, for actually being with us live. And we do have now a dedicated chat room on our website called the Nags Room, which is open during the afternoon. So obviously that's a good time to come in. We open the doors basically around about 12:30 in the afternoon, and we run through until the end of the afternoon's racing. So try and get in there, and you'll see more clearly, I think, what myself and our other senior pro trader Robbo are up to. Some more lays getting matched here. The second favourite, that's probably out of the running now for us. We've still got 2 others, the Quattrocento and K-View, still waiting for them to get matched. At this point, actually, I could have actually backed Race of Knots for at least £10 because we got the lay bet matched at 1.5. So as it drifted out again, we could have actually backed that for at least £10. I didn't. A couple of other lays went through. 2 of the horses have now fallen. The final lay at 1.07 was actually taken on the eventual winner, but we came out with a very small profit, £1. But that was kind of an interesting technique, and one that you need to use judiciously. You need to select the right race for sure, but a useful addition to your trading armoury. 2 selections in the next race, where we are backing pre-off, keeping our lay bet in. Both were matched, and we came out with a £6.60 profit on that one. And no resting when you're trading the horses, unlike football where you can sidle off to the kitchen, get yourself a beer or a cup of tea. This is all kind of quite fast and furious. Races are, every 5, every 10 minutes, so it's you need to keep focused, you need to keep disciplined. You're working here, so no resting. And on to the next one. Yeah, the Wrap It Up Boys. We felt quite confident on this, but it wasn't matched in the end. It was threatening to do so, but it didn't quite do us enough favours. We had got another lay bet in on the third favourite, who actually went on to win, Stormy Island Ahead. That gave us another winner of £4. So we're taking small profits because we're not being greedy. We're watching the race in running, and if we feel as though we have to exit for a smaller profit, then obviously we will do so. On to the next, another straightforward back to lay. And this was a kind of interesting race, because this particular horse at some point in the race drifted out and touched 180 or 100 to 1. It would be nice to have actually backed that, and then it came right back into the reckoning, and in fact went on to win the race. That didn't concern us overly much, as we got our lay bet matched in running, and another profit there of £4.40. Another fairly confident choice in the next, where we want to back the second favourite here, Derwent Pride, at 7.4. We're putting in a lay bet slightly higher than sort of half the odds, so we're not going for 100% profit here, but we're looking to maybe make about 70%. So we placed our keep lay bet pre-off at 4.1. The horse then actually pre-off drifted quite a lot. We backed it at 7.4, and it drifted out to sort of 9.6 just before the off. I placed another small back to lay bet on another horse, the third favourite, called Tigger, which was actually matched quite nicely. Our main selection, Derwent Pride, that did the business for us. That got matched in running, and we pick up another winner of £8.50 there. On to the next, and another back to lay. We backed Mr. Batcher at 7.4, and a straightforward 100% lay bet, half the odds, 3.6. Didn't look like it was doing much in the race, so unfortunately that was turned out a loser. We could have just about scratched, but we didn't quite get our revised lay bet at 5.4 match. So that was the end of the trading, where we've done 15 races. We actually lost 3, 1 on 12, and we came out with a profit of £27.61p, and all the while using just very, very small stakes here. I mean, for the purpose of this video, we were using sort of £3 and £5 stakes. So that's just to give you an idea of what you can do using sort of very, very minimal stakes. Okay, that's the end of the video. Hope to see you in the chat room on tradingfootball.eu. It's called the Nags Room. Sign up for a free trial, 14 days, if you haven't already done so, and that will give you access not only to our main service, which is Trading Football, but also now to the trading horses, which we will be running virtually every single afternoon, courtesy of myself and Robbo, who is well